Parte 1. Un lugar acogedor.
Feels good to be back on Melée Island, the hub of pirating in the Caribbean, where every good expedition begins. I'll see some old pals and get things rolling. Or sailing in this case. Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Remember me?
Haven't seen you in a while, Threepwood. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know, freebooting mostly, swashbuckles and so on. But now I'm getting an expedition together to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, you're sailing with LeChuck?
What? LeChuck's here in Melée? Is there widespread panic? Are people evacuating?
He doesn't seem interested in carnage at the moment. Ship's just here taking on supplies and crew, as far as I can tell.
Well, anyway, no, I'm not sailing with LeChuck. You know my history with him. LeChuck kidnapped my wife. He's always had designs on her. I sailed to Monkey Island to find them and get her back.
Oh, I thought you weren't married yet when that happened. And didn't she more or less rescue herself?
That's not the point. He's an evil zombie ghost pirate, terror of the seas, and sometimes the land. A nefarious, conniving, murdering scallywag. A depraved, ruthless villain. And a loud talker. And I'm not those things.
They say opposites attract, but what do I know?
We've been enemies for my whole career. Everywhere I go, there he is. He plagues me. He's my nemesis.
Funny. He said the same thing about you.
That guy steals all my best ideas.
Are you sure it isn't the other way around? Seems like he was here first.
I don't know how he found out, but I'm sure he's just doing this to get one up on me. I'm mounting my own voyage. Mine.
Well, you'd better get cracking then. LeChuck's loading up on the outer dock as we speak.
Well, I'm gonna hire a ship and a crew and beat him to the punch. Just as soon as I can get someone to back the venture. I'm a little short on funds at the moment.
In that case, you'll want to go talk to the pirate leaders at the Scum Bar.
Exactly. That's why I came to Melée. It'll be great to see those old guys again. We'll knock back a grog and hash out the details.
Scum Bar, by the docks. Long table in the back.
I know where I'm going.
We'll see.
Hola a todos, soy 72. Vamos a continuar con la historia de Return to Monkey Island. Estamos en Melée Island. Vamos a abrir la lista de tareas nuevas que tenemos. Necesitamos hablar con los jefes piratas para conseguir dinero. Gastar fajos de billetes en financiar la expedición. Encontrar el secreto de Monkey Island y revivir los días de gloria.
I've got a few coins for incidentals. The pen is mightier than the sword. This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes over the years. I detect a certain resemblance here.
Yes, it looks a lot like an owl, doesn't it?
I could stare at this forever, but that wouldn't be much fun for you. Re-elect Governor Carla. She's tough on toughness. I better get cracking if I want to get to the secret before that scheming blackguard. Some things never change. The Scum Bar will be here as long as there are pirates. Damn pirate wannabes. I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
Looks like a circus act. Maybe. Have you seen the pirate leaders around? This is their table. In fact, you'd probably better move. You don't want to get caught sitting here.
It's our table, Rummy.
We're the pirate leaders. Get lost.
I hadn't heard there was a change of leadership.
Oh no. Did nobody remember to notify you?
Maybe your party invite got lost in the mail.
Where are the three older guys who used to hold court here?
Who cares?
Probably crying in an alley somewhere, wishing they were still relevant.
Making up trials for each other and writing memoirs that no one will read.
Is it you I should talk to about financing an expedition?
An expedition. Who is it that you think you are exactly?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me.
Probably not.
Permission to slaughter the annoying old wastrel man, Captain Madison.
Wait, there was Captain Madison? She's like famous! I've got her on a trading card. Her plunder stats are amazing!
Plunder stats aren't everything.
Then the others were Captain Lila and Captain Trent. It was Lila who threatened to kill you?
Look, they weren't that great, okay? Listen to the story.
Want me to slaughter him?
Don't bother. He's just a harmless hack who thinks he has a good idea for a pirate raid.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
You're wasting our time.
The secret? I didn't think that was even a real thing.
It's a personal passion of mine. I really want to find it.
Your weird fetishes are not something I need to hear about.
Okay, I'm sensing some reluctance, but hear me out. Would you at least consider advancing me some funds? It's a surefire investment. Triple your money or your money back.
Not interested.
I could make it worth your while to help me hire a crew. A percentage of their earnings or something?
No one in here wants to chase your pipe dream.
Could you at least point me towards an available ship?
You don't even have a ship?
You're really up a creek.
Up a creek without a ship.
If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
LeChuck?
Yes, the dreaded zombie ghost pirate LeChuck himself is also going after the secret. He's here in Melée getting ready right now. If that doesn't prove it's a worthwhile venture, I don't know what else to tell you.
Great. Problem solved.
Excellent. You'll do it.
No, of course not. Why waste money on an expedition when you can just join the one that's already going?
Have fun with your scary ghost friend. Bye-bye.
Well, the slight problem with that idea is that LeChuck and I are basically mortal enemies. Fine. I don't need you or your money. I can do this on my own. If I can't buy a ship, I'll steal one. I'm a pirate. I'll find a way to get to Monkey Island no matter what it takes. I like the old pirate leaders better.
Conseguir encontrar un barco. Ya tachó este de aquí.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
It'll turn out to be a t-shirt or something.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Don't sound much like pirating to me.
It's a book for storing collectible trivia cards. Looks like someone just left it here unattended. It's those three clowns at the back table.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
Good.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Still in public service. Fighting scurvy now.
My place is clean. Our health certificates are up to date.
No, it's not like that. She's got a foundation. They're trying to promote limes as a preventative.
Oh, well, tell her I say hello.
The atmosphere in the bar is different than it used to be.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I've got to cater to the new crowd. Everything changes, Guybrush.
But the roaches stay the same.
I've missed your wit. And your low alcohol tolerance.
Hey! Those new pirate leaders seem like real jerks. Why do you even let them in the bar?
Well, they've driven off my old regulars, so I don't have a lot of choice if I want to stay in business. Also, if I tried to get them to leave, they'd probably cut me up and throw me in the soup. Frankly, I'm terrified of them. On the plus side, they have more disposable income and better hygiene than the old crowd.
Did I mention I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island?
No, I don't think you did. Well, that's exciting. So you'll be hiring a ship at the docks?
I'm thinking I'll steal one.
As far as I know, the only ship out there is LeChuck's.
Even better. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Bold. I like your thinking.
Ooh, I think I hear the health inspector.
What? Where?
Just kidding. That joke never gets old. Keep up the good work.
Thanks. Will do.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. And you have a packet of stick-on stars. Pests or garnishes?
A good cook sources local supplies when he can.
The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. Well, it's definitely a mop. Will you advance me the down payment on a ship if I help you clean up?
Put that down before you hurt yourself.
What?
Clearly, there's a lot you don't know about mops.
Honestly, I think I prefer to keep it that way. Looks like a mugshot. The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. Pleasantly scorching hot. Ugh, I remember that stench as if it were yesterday. The plaque says, "In memory of looming seagulls of old." I think someone tried to secure a boat with this. It's hopeless. The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. Nice hat pin.
It's the emblem of a secret society I belong to.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous.
How clever. Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job? Step this way.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short a swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Have you got anything more senior?
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship surgeon, and a gunner. Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
I could be second mate.
Do you honestly have any idea what a second mate does?
Goes to store openings and funerals and waits for the first mate to be incapacitated?
I thought so.
I'd make a great bosun.
Exactly what qualifications have you got for that?
I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. Okay, maybe 8.
Don't waste my time, okay?
How about ship surgeon?
I assume you have some kind of medical degree?
Is that a definite requirement?
Sorry.
I could be the gunner. Oh, I'd be great at that. Boom, boom.
You look a little scrawny. What do you bench?
Bench? No problem. I sat on one for 12 hours once. I can take it.
I have a lot to do today.
Maybe Swabby's not so bad after all.
The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Smith. John Smith.
Uh-huh. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. I'm sorry. Can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop. I hope this isn't one of those party cruises. Say what you want about my evil, horrible nemesis LeChuck, but he does know how to stock a ship. No parking of demonic, ghostly, or undead vessels or scooters. Tuesdays 3 to 4. Looks like this is going to be a long journey. How clever.
Why was Wally in such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes!
Now get lost.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Elaine?
Guybrush!
Wait, are you going to tell a mushy part now?
A little, but I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
I was hoping you'd turn up in this story.
I was hoping you'd turn up in mine.
How's your scurvy prevention project?
It's great! We're going to get a lot of limes to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives. I've got to come up with a way to deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social programs like mine.
You won't believe how I'm getting to Monkey Island.
I've known you a long time. Try me.
I'm planning to sign on to LeChuck's crew, mutiny them, and take the ship.
Oh, dear. Isn't there an easier way?
Oh, trust me, that is the easy way. Sounds like we've both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secret of Monkey Island.
She laughed at me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
I feel better just talking to you.
Me too.
You've probably got to get going.
You say goodbye first.
No, you say bye 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 first.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melée. Honoring Melée Island's 27th governor, Carla the Swordmaster, for her heroic actions at Portobello. It doesn't look finished. It's Elaine's flyer about how limes combat scurvy. It's important, but boring. I've never once made it all the way to the end. Elaine would kill me if she caught me pulling down her flyers. They're having a half-off sale. Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. Oh, this was my favorite novelty store. Oh yeah, that clock has been broken for decades now. This place has kind of gone downhill. Elaine would never have stood for this when she was governor. What kind of person would just paint on a wall like that? It doesn't look finished. Ah, the International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
Welcome, Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again.
I have been waiting for you.
You mean...
Fate ordained that you would be here several minutes ago. Only you can manage to be late, even when you are fated to arrive.
It's a gift.
allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf?
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will. Not much. The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself. Many obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way. Think of it as a book of hints.
What is it really?
A book of hints. Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat. Thanks.
No charge.
Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Captain Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Oh, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes. It can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
I don't suppose you sell mops.
I cannot guide you on matters of mops. The true master is the cook at the scum bar.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Eileen is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Darker? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there. Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts. Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush Threepwood.
Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Will I succeed?
Achievement depends mostly on the definition of success.
Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
What's cooking?
The Feast of Knowledge.
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before. Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgressions.
Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving stacking or balancing the product may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread may damage the product. If damaged, the product should not be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability past...
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability issue.
This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises. But alas, they have all gone.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise seems really useful.
There's always the famous eye patch of John Laney at the museum. I'm sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
Do you do gift wrapping?
We're out of wrapping paper, unless you'd like it wrapped in the skin of a lizard.
No thanks. It says everything must go, but it says it with numbers. It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. I didn't know these were a voodoo thing.
They're not. But the tourists like them.
I'll take this disgusting shrunken head.
That's my last one. Quite the bargain.
An empty basket. I should have gotten here last month. Too bad it's empty. Keep up the good work, buddy. Looks like it's been there forever. Not for me. Everything's spilled out of it in a puddle. A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. Someone's very excited I'm looking at this sign. Not for me. It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? How much for the safe?
It is not for sale at any price. As I said, it has been placed with me for safekeeping.
I'd need a lot of keys to open that. The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
Do you know more about this John Laney guy with the eye patch?
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate of 1,000 faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used was filled with much voodoo magic. The eye patch still exists. It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melée Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself were to liberate it and bring it here, I could most likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks. Got any other mystical advice or information for me?
No.
It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog. It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife. Looks like Wally's got a new place in Melée. I hope he's not still sore about the monocle. Hey, Wally!
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
Well, I was hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. Haha, a little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melée her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
It's great to see you landed on your feet after all these years.
Business has been booming with all these new dark magic pirates. Captain Madison has me on a lucrative retainer. She pays extra for a bunch of wacky symbols I just make up.
I'll let you get back to cartographing.
That's not a real word.
Uh-huh. I didn't know you made globes, too.
I don't. This is for reference. It's got all the latest continents.
Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the block once or twice. I feel very strongly about that for some reason. They're like glasses, only way less convenient. They're like glasses, only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks. This map shows both sides of the globe.
It's twice the value.
Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. Whew, looks chilly up there. It's a long, small map of somewhere far, far away. What's this a map of?
The secret movements and activities of my competitors.
That sounds reasonable. This must be Trouser Island.
Actually, Mr. Threepwood, it's...
Yep, Trouser Island. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? I had a map like this once, but I sailed left. That looks like a treacherous voyage. It says, rating, Cursed Black Diamond. The first rule of piracy is, never buy a used treasure map. It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that. Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. Hey, Wally, what's in these boxes?
Maps.
Ooh, this one looks nice. How much is it?
Oh, that one? Too much.
Good old mazes. Can't get enough mazes. It looks expensive. And shiny. I like shiny. Huh, never seen one of those before. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself. Somewhat understated and somewhat overpriced. This place has kind of gone downhill. It makes things look bigger.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done! Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed! Wait! Let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Hi.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay. Looks like a volcano island with horns that swallowed a basketball. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. It seems to be stuck closed. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work.
Hi there, newcomer.
Hiya. Handsome-looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I see a peninsula trailing off into small islands, but no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
What's this lock?
That's for hats.
What's this key?
That's for a lockable quiver. And please, don't touch the glass.
These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the smaller one.
Are these for customers?
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
Oh, I'd really like some crackers.
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
What is that? It's definitely not a key. Or a lock.
It's a fishing lure, of course.
Of course. Is that from a famous locksmith band or something?
My mother's band, the Golden Keys. They were named after some actual golden keys that she spent a bunch of time looking for.
That's an impressive machine.
Yep. This wouldn't be much of a lock shop without a key grinder.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Lock Smith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask, yes, they did. Yes, it was. And they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
It's really clean in here. Do you have a mop I could use?
I simply don't allow filth to accumulate in the first place. Try somewhere a little less sanitary, like the bar by the docks.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary. Just information.
It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a pro would have a tool like that.
Can I borrow your lock serial number reading tool?
My magnifier? Not a chance. I could be drummed out of the union for that. If you want to play locksmith, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Who's the old lady in the window across the way?
You mean Whitey Bones. She used to be the undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old location, too.
But she moved when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
I'm on a quest to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Exciting. The story in my family is that the secret is sort of like a key, one that opens all locks at once.
That seems enormously useful.
Maybe. Depends on if you can close them again.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything. I've got a system, and I don't like it disrupted. Hello, Mr. Brush.
Hi.
A visitor! Wait. Guybrush Threepwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan. Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time. You look different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice. Big news. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic! You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore. But maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Yeah, I'm sort of planning on hijacking an existing crew instead of recruiting one. But maybe I can spring you anyway, for old time's sake.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors?
Imagine that. What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I notice you didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway, they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property. I don't know why anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
Well, except the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read.
Watch your boots in here, son. It's like a swamp. Without the clean...
I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
How's your day going?
At least the jail is well lit.
Yeah, but the better I can see it, the worse it looks.
It says jail rules. 1. No escaping.
You look like you're having a good time.
At least this jail has 2 lamps.
Yeah, we are living the life.
It says jail rules. 1. No escaping. Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
Oh, sorry to see you in jail.
Thank you, son. I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to see me here as well.
I was really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Okay, don't worry about it. I've already got a plan to steal a ship from LeChuck.
Well, if you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters, it's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People! People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Melée Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less. It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whatever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the optics. I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from jail doesn't look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret? Boy, that takes me back. But if you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life has no guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice. Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Now that you mention it, there is one thing I've been missing during my time here in this lofty establishment. In all the rush and fuss and document shredding surrounding my arrest, I completely forgot to grab my toothbrush. If you happen to be passing by the shipyard, you might grab it for me. It'll be on my desk in the office.
Sure thing. Are you sure you don't want me to break you out?
115%, son, but thanks.
See you later.
Yep.
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away.
They say the only real prison is the one in your head. But take it from me, that's a load of barn.
Most of this serial number has been rubbed off.
Hello, Mr. Brush.
Hello. Hello again. I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
This is the number for the jail cell lock. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Ooh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Hey, Guybrush!
Hey, kid! Word of it.
This is awesome. Now I can open one of the jail cells. Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case. I already copied the serial number.
No thanks, I'm about to be acquitted. Escaping looks bad. Jail is like a bad breakfast. Small.
Carla.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed-up hack.
Anything but your cooking.
Low-hanging fruit, but it works.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
You should never have given up being Swordmaster.
Who says I did?
Oh, sorry, I just assumed. Governor seems like a full-time job.
It is, but there's room for overlap if you're creative about it. I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
Elaine said that program is being hampered by Captain Madison.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
Well, the mansion hasn't changed much. Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Does not include Secret of Monkey Island. Oh. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Warning, do not try these tricks at home. I tried to read that once, but I couldn't finish it. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. It's thicker than I would have imagined. The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station. Note to the reader. No disguised secrets are revealed in this book. I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. Looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done. Edgy. I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
It's a lot of work being governor.
Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
I've seen that same painting on a box of frozen instant cereal. Elaine told me that's Lauder Neckbeard, second governor of Melée Island. His overly strict morals and overly lax regulatory policies helped make the island what it is today. It seems to be stuck closed. I don't see anything useful here. It's soft and extra fuzzy. It's soft and extra fuzzy. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. What was that you were trying to tell me about mops before?
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree, a tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop. Ooh, I think I hear the health inspector.
What? Where?
Just kidding. That joke never gets old. Keep up the good work.
Thanks. Will do.
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting into flames. Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I was really considering this. What sort of pirate qualifications have you got, exactly?
I completed the 3 trials.
Trials?
It's how they used to make their bones in the old days.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented. I served with Bellamy, Teach, and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Oh. Hi again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not. I'm thinking about going on LeChuck's expedition after all.
I'm glad to hear you decided to patch things up.
He doesn't want me on the ship. I'm blacklisted. I'm gonna have to go in disguise.
These Shakespearean comedies just write themselves.
Wow, it's worse than I imagined. The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. Stan's used to be the best place to buy used ships. It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. I remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships. It's a dried-up old sea sponge. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. This used to be such a bright, cheery place. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships. It's good for relieving stress. Warning: the dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended. Warning: the dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended. Hey, Wally. I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Bye. Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
It makes things look bigger. Ooh, purple flowers. These must be teasel, or alliums, or clematis. A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle, and loads of tiny, sharp teeth. Ugh. A classic specimen of Alata needleus. Purple flowers. These must be lavender, or monkshood, or cyclamen. I'm hopelessly lost without a map. Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir. Fancy. You look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse. Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course. I'm a cook. See the hat?
Oh, where did he say he had the dish he wants you to make?
At the governor's mansion. It's probably some exotic, weird-tasting thing from a swanky cookbook.
Oh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads, but I can't think about that right now.
I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks. Stay away from my mom. Stay away from my mom.
Hey, kid! Darn it! I've been trying to inventory the spiders, but they keep eating each other, and I have to start over.
Hey, Stan!
Hello there, son!
I've been to the shipyard. Your office is all boarded up, with your toothbrush sealed inside, presumably.
Well, don't worry yourself about it then, son. I found a dead centipede in the corner that should do until they let me out.
See you later.
Yep. Hot diggity, what a day, huh?
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
I'll pay for it.
I don't need your money.
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
I totally forgot.
Of course you did. You think like a cow.
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Well, I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function. It's been described as hot and having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
I do host plenty of functions, but I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
This is for you.
You're giving me a frog?
It's a forgiveness frog, for when words aren't enough.
You haven't even bothered to write anything personal on this frog. That's just rude. I reject your frog.
Well, apparently a forgiveness frog doesn't work if the apology you write on it isn't good enough. Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I realize that you are tough on toughness. As shown by your actions at Portobello, please accept my humblest apology. I promise to do better in the future. This is for you.
Dear Carla, I'm impressed, Guybrush. Surprisingly thoughtful. Considering it's you, I'm strangely moved to forgive you for losing my book. And I'll treasure this frog as a memento of the time you did something right.
Can I borrow this cookbook?
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Oh, all right. I was upset after you lost the last one, but you seemed genuinely sorry, so I guess I'll give you another chance.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return this. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. How's it going with that nightmare customer guy?
My stomach feels like it's full of cannonballs and splintered rowboats.
Good news. I have a cookbook. I found this at the governor's mansion.
Aha! The mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. I'd better get to work. Thanks, Guybrush. This will be excellent. Brilliant innovation. He'll never complain again.
It's Carla's copy of Ingredients by Barbie LaFlay. Are you done with the cookbook? I'd like it back.
I'm still using it. Ingredients, indeed. Coming along nicely.
Looks like a mugshot. Hey, Wally. I found this sliver of wood. Can you use this to make the map to the mop tree?
Looks legit. I'll see what I can do. Here it is.
Thanks, Wally. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself. Hey, watch it! Hi again. See anything interesting out there?
Change. The future.
Are those the names of ships? All I can see is open water.
It's what I named my cataracts.
Huh. It's like there's a welcoming committee. Mind your mama, little prickly kids. Hey, little fella. Wow! The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare, endangered Melée Island mop handle tree. Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals. It's what nature is for. Hey, little dear. I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite skittish. I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite skittish. I'll take a shortcut back. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Museum of Pirate Lore. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melée Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks?
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melée Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh, yeah. That's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Melée jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy number 1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
That's a nice oar.
The one with the coffin, yeah. The coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. Tell me me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here, on Melée.
Actually, I think I'd rather not hear about that again. Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the Pirate of 1,000 Faces. What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the Pirate of 1,000 Faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on, though, and nothing happened.
There's some very tiny writing on it. Well, the numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read. If one monocle is good, two is better. I carved it myself. Pirate Times, editor Conrad Lee, ready to publish your unrecognized genius. This was a good idea. They magnify stuff even better since I stuck them together. Ah, crystal clear. I'll just write that down. It's cracker mix. Some assembly required. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
Tell me about that newsletter of yours.
The Pirate Times. We publish pirate news, pirate stories, pirate poetry, all things piratey, really.
I see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit, for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché. I'll have a look around.
Please do.
Hi there.
Hello. Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. This is the one for the museum display case. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. This will be for a high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps. Oh, I'd really like some crackers.
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
It doesn't seem interested. It doesn't seem interested.
Whoa! That's not supposed to be unlocked. I'd better fold this and put it in storage. Then I can figure out what's wrong with the lock. Looking good. That's folded perfectly. That'll do, Parrot. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the museum while I figure out what's going on with my display case lock.
Welcome back.
Hiya. Hello again. I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
Oh, I'd really like some crackers.
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
It doesn't seem interested. I found some cracker mix. You could bake fresh crackers in your furnace.
Thanks. The ones on the plate were getting a bit stale. Take some if you want.
Don't mind if I do. I've got enough to last me. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're...
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north. There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
But it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
How much for the safe?
It is not for sale at any price. As I said, it has been...
The scroll work is nice, but there are no numbers here. Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? This key doesn't fit. This key doesn't fit. Can you fix this?
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney. As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away.
Good. Great. So, can you charge it up again?
I can. If you bring me one more thing. A particular charm of great power.
You couldn't have told me this earlier?
I could have. You must bring me the bite of 1,000 needles. Then I will recharge your eye patch.
The bite of 1,000 needles. Can you be a tiny bit more specific?
No.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Too bad it's empty. Hi again. You've been at this post a long time.
Yep. My eyesight isn't what it once was, but my hearing is still as sharp as the governor's sword.
And that's helpful for being a lookout?
There's hardly ever anything to see anyway. The job is mostly about greeting people. Welcome to Melée Island.
Thanks. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Can I borrow this book?
One book at a time. I only trust you so far. Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle, and loads of tiny, sharp teeth. Gotcha, you pointy little tracheophyte. This is a plant with a bad attitude, and enough pokey parts to back it up. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Crossword?
No, as a matter of fact. I'm working on acquisition leads. The museum hasn't got a centerpiece now because someone walked away with my eye patch. I'm not sure how they got past the guard parrot. But rest assured, I'll be beefing up security immediately.
Good idea. You know what every good pirate museum needs? A set of horse armor.
I'll get back to you.
There's nothing in there to steal. What's cooking?
The Feast of Knowledge.
There you go. Bite of 1,000 needles.
Tell me, is this an ancient, powerful charm, or simply a plant you found in the forest?
You were pretty opaque about what you wanted, even for you. I took my best shot.
Very well. You've always been the close enough sort.
Thanks.
Come, spirits of deception and death, drink your rejuvenation and awaken.
Death?
It's nothing to worry about. John Laney, this hapless boy needs your help.
Hey.
Take pity on him and bring him the power to hide from his enemies.
Well, you don't have to put it like that. That's it?
Unless you want the extended service warranty.
No, thanks. I'm not a sucker. What do I owe you?
Maybe try it on first, before we discuss payment.
Well, how do I look? Ah! What the heck? I look like a zombie. Is it broken?
One does the best one can with the materials provided.
I'll just wear it when I really need to. Ugh.
You're welcome.
I think I'm ready to set sail. Keep up the good work, buddy. Hey.
Threepwood, I shouldn't even be talking to you.
Never mind. The quartermaster will never see me behind this crate. Hi there. You must be the quartermaster.
Yep, you look like a guy without many options. I need a swabby. It's BYOM. So, show me a decent mop and the job's yours.
Okay. How's this for a mop?
Let's see. Stick, tangle a boat line. Smells like seagull droppings. Good enough. You're hired.
Great.
We'll be getting underway soon. Why don't you come on board and I'll introduce you to the crew.
I'm excited to see my stateroom. When's a good time to discuss the benefits package?
Threepwood's on LeChuck's ship. He's got some kind of disguise. From the bargain bin, it looks like.
So what?
You don't think this could be a problem? We didn't plan for him.
I hate not knowing what's going on. I should have taken him out the minute he walked in here.
Don't worry, we'll know what's going on.
Yeah? How?
I've got a spy on board the ship.
Bueno, vamos a dejar este video hasta aquí. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Se cuidan. Chao.